I remember when this individual first came into our office in Beverly Hills, quite a few years ago. It was actually before the Body by Bite Challenge existed. He's got to be one of maybe a dozen people or so in the room that has been with ViSalus since the launch of the challenge. I remember we hit it off the first time. Myself, Nick, and Ryan had a chance to spend time with him. We were excited. He came aboard ViSalus with a team of seasoned professionals in this industry, and we thought, wow, this is going to be an organization that really, truly sets precedents and breaks records in our company. About a month or two after this individual and the people that referred him to ViSalus came into the company, we started to find out that a lot of the people that had introduced him weren't necessarily the people that matched the ViSalus culture. How many of you guys have seen people come in and out of ViSalus and just for whatever reason, they didn't match the culture here, the values, the ethics, the integrity? Have you guys seen that out there? And how many of you guys agree that there's a powerful culture here that we need to protect? Would you guys agree with me on that? And it couldn't have been a couple months after this individual signed his application to become a ViSalus promoter that all of the people in his upline team, all of the people that had introduced him to this company were terminated for various reasons because they didn't match the ethics that we stand for. I can't tell you how many times I hear stories of promoters out there saying, if only my upline, or if only I had, or if only I was, or if only I've done this. And I want you guys to pay close attention to this gentleman's story. Because he could have left when everybody that brought him here was no longer here, but he didn't, he stayed. Convenient timing, this was the same time ViSalus was in the middle of going from up here, down here, having to reinvent everything on who we were. Coming into the business the same time we were going backwards and losing everything we spent 5 years building. Had every excuse in the book not to stick with this opportunity, but something in him gave him the vision and the passion to stick with it. He was one of the individuals that would sit around our Beverly Hills office in early 2009 as we were racking our brains to reinvent ourselves. Matter of fact, a lot of the ideas that went into creating the challenge has his fingerprint on them. He was one of the core mastermind people. So having weathered a team leaving, starting when a company was failing, being pushed into a leadership role to help us reinvent, and then coming out of all of that, maybe a few arrows in the back and a few scars, but stronger than ever. Guys, he radiates the passion of ViSalus. He bleeds green. He's not only a brilliant promoter, but an amazing marketer. Please help me welcome to the stage, brand new 5-star ambassador, Mr. Bryan Bellville.
what's happening, and I'm actually going to keep this really, really short, simply because this happened because of this incredible team you guys here. The ambassadors that stand behind me are what makes this absolutely possible. And the other half of me, my better half, and for those of you that haven't seen this, Brandy, I'm definitely married up. She's not here. We had a last-minute babysitter faux pas, and so this is something that, because of the team, and they made it happen last minute, coming into the event, and we knew, hey, this is going to be done by the end of the month. I got a team puts me saying, "Are you crazy? You're getting this done before the event." I was like, okay, if you make me. But folks, you know what? There's so many, you've heard so many great leaders and so many things up here, and it's one of those things that has been so incredible in my life. And you know, the culture, just like Blake talked about, absolutely we must protect it with everything within us. We must make sure that we do as we say, and make sure that each and every one of us know that this is a lifelong journey. And in 2.5 years, I just can't even believe, you know, what's happened. That this was a career goal mindset for me. And the individuals that are just every single day in the trenches. And folks, we are just getting started. I'll never forget standing on stage, taking my presidential pin, and Ryan, and closing out with, you know, something that I believe is probably more applicable now than it ever was. And I'm still waiting for Miss Audrey to put my warning label on that shade, which I believe needs to say warning, name calls children. We will proceed on that one. And folks, I'm here to say right now, anybody excited about this flight? I don't like your fire good. Period. So folks, every company, I'm going to close with this and keep it short. Every company goes through 4 stages: formulation, concentration, momentum, and stability. There's only a handful of people, when I say handful, in the thousands, that will ever catch a company at the time where you have no choice but to grow. And what that means is that if you're following the system, listening to your support team and your mentors, if you're out there doing it, you have no choice but to grow. Because you're going to grow with the company, the stories get better, the tools get better, the documentation gets better, the team gets better, the systems get better, everything gets better. And you know what? This is a mathematical science. It's certainty that if you do what the Being Started Training says, you will go wherever you want to go with this opportunity. So, formulation, folks, back in 2005, this company was formed, and you know, you all know the journey. In about 2009, they were concentrating. They were concentrating on what we needed to do, as Blake said, to take the greatest mentors out there and readjust it to a company. And now with that concentration, you see that concentration phase is still currently concentrating on what it takes to make sure that we go to the top. And see, we're just embarking on that momentum curve. Looking at this sea of people out there is proof that the momentum is beginning, and we have a global giant. This is the sleeping giant, folks. The sleeping giant that has been awakened by 13,000 people in this incredible city right now. This will mark the history. And see, for those of you that are out there in the industry and not, you know what, you're going to have those dream stealers, and I'll close with this. See, what happens so many times when you don't have what it takes, you try to throw these shiny objects, and you're going to have these people that are going to put these shiny objects in front of them. And see, these people, you know, they walk up and, you know, they stand in front of the Empire State Building. You stand in front of the Empire State Building, and most people, they look up and say, wow, what a building. When our mentors, the people in this room, stand in front of that building and turn their head down and say, wow, what a foundation. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much.